Monsieur le Président, Frau Präsidentin, c'est un honneur, a pleasure to have you here today. You just come from the President of the Turkish Republic. We are interested to hear your impressions. The floor is yours, Monsieur le Président, Frau Präsidentin.
Merci beaucoup. Good afternoon, everyone. Today, we had frank discussions with President Erdogan on the future of EU-Turkey relations. At our European Council meeting last month, we discussed the situation in the Eastern Mediterranean and the EU's relationship with Turkey. The EU's strategic interest remains a stable and secure environment in the Eastern Mediterranean and a mutually beneficial and positive relationship with Turkey. We welcome the continuation of the bilateral exploratory talks between Greece and Turkey, and we welcome the forthcoming visit of the Greek Foreign Minister to Turkey. On Cyprus, the EU remains committed to the relaunch of the settlement talks. As an active observer, the EU fully supports the UN-led process, and we look forward to the informal meeting that will be held in a few weeks' time. In recent months, we have witnessed a de-escalation. This is a positive development, which must be sustained and enhanced. We have told President Erdogan that the EU is ready to put a concrete and positive agenda on the table based on three pillars: economic cooperation, migration, and people-to-people contacts and mobility. Our engagement will be progressive, proportional, and reversible, and we hope Turkey will seize this window of opportunity. How do we see it concretely? The EU is by far the largest trading partner of Turkey. Economic cooperation will be envisaged in a number of areas. The European Council has invited the Commission to start preparatory work. We will also consider high-level dialogues on issues of mutual concern, such as regional issues, public health, climate, or counter-terrorism. And we will explore ways to strengthen cooperation on people-to-people contacts and mobility. On migration, we appreciate Turkey's hosting of 4 million Syrian refugees and agree that EU assistance be continued. The Commission will soon present a proposal for the financing for Syrian refugees in Turkey, Jordan, and Lebanon. The rule of law and respect of fundamental rights are core values of the European Union, and we shared with President Erdogan our deep worries on the latest developments in Turkey in this respect, in particular on the freedom of speech and the targeting of political parties and media. The promotion of women's rights and Turkey's withdrawal from the Istanbul Convention have raised serious concerns in Europe. This morning, I had a very interesting meeting on these topics with representatives from the United Nations and UN Women. Dialogue on these issues remains an essential part of our EU-Turkey relationship. We also discussed regional and foreign policy issues. Differences remain, but new opportunities for peace and stability emerge, especially in Libya, which I visited last Sunday. We have one crucial message on this. All foreign fighters and troops must leave the Libyan territory. The European Union has a strategic interest in developing a cooperative and mutually beneficial relationship with Turkey, and at the same time we are determined to defend EU and Member States' interests and to promote our values. We extend our hand with our progressive agenda, and it's up to Turkey to seize this opportunity in a solid and sustainable manner. For its part, the EU is ready to walk the talk, and we will assess the progress at our European Council meeting in June. Thank you.
Indeed, Turkey shows interest in re-engaging with the European Union in a constructive way. And we've come to Turkey to give our relationship a new momentum. And in this respect, we had an interesting first meeting with President Erdogan. And indeed, we discussed 4 areas in depth in which the European Union and Turkey would have both benefit from enhanced cooperation. The first area is the one where we want to strengthen our economic ties. The European Union is Turkey's #1 import and export partner, and European companies are a crucial source of investment, and Turkey, within the customs union, is an important partner in many crucial value chains we have. To stimulate trade further, we will address the current difficulties we have without any doubts in the implementation of our customs union. And we will work to modernize our customs union's framework. This customs union is a unique framework we have with no other country. And therefore, we are, in addition, looking into innovative ways not only to modernize the customs union, but also to boost public and private cooperation with a focus on the green and the digital transitions. The second area of enhanced cooperation are the high-level dialogues. Topic #1 should be in a high-level dialogue the fight against climate change. This is a common concern, and we all sense by now the danger that we are facing with increasing climate change and the follow-up consequences in our countries. Therefore, this should be one of the major topics in a high-level dialogue. The second one is for sure public health. We have been discussing the COVID situation. We've been discussing the vaccination progress, the variants, and, of course, topics like the green digital certificate and other ones connected to the COVID situation. The third topic we've been discussing is that the European Commission will explore ways to strengthen cooperation on people-to-people contacts and mobility. The participation of Turkey in the European Union programs, such as, for example, Erasmus Plus or Horizon Europe, has proven very valuable in the past, and this is a cooperation we would be interested in expanding it to the coming years. I believe this is of benefit for the two of us. And the fourth area of cooperation is concerning refugees and migration. The EU-Turkey statement of 2016 remains valid and has brought positive results. This is mainly with regard to the Syrian refugees and their host communities in Turkey, but it is also true for combating human trafficking and smuggling. And therefore, we expect Turkey to stand by its commitments and to deliver on them. This includes preventing irregular departure, and it also includes resuming return operations from the Greek islands to Turkey without any delay. This is for us a crucial commitment, and it would be a major show of goodwill that this migration cooperation does work. On our side, we will continue to support refugees and host communities. By this, we're supporting Turkey, that is hosting 4 million refugees and living up to this challenge. Basic humanitarian needs, education, and health care will remain priorities, but EU funding should in the future increasingly power better opportunities for refugees to earn their own livelihood. I'm very much committed to ensuring the continuity of European funding in this area, and our support is clearly a sign of Europe's solidarity to Turkey and an investment in shared stability. And this is not only concerning Turkey, but this is also true as well As for other important host countries, for example, Lebanon or Jordan, I will travel to Amman later this afternoon to discuss these topics with the Jordan King. The Commission will soon make a proposal that reflects these principles. Last but certainly not least, we're aiming for an honest partnership, and that means that a partnership between the EU and Turkey enables us to strengthen what brings us closer, but also to be very frank and to address what divides us. And today, Charles Michel and I clearly underlined that respect for fundamental rights and the rule of law are crucial for the European Union. This must be an integral part of our relationship. Turkey must respect international human rights rules and standards, to which, by the way, the country has committed itself as a founding member of the Council of Europe. I am deeply worried about the fact that Turkey withdrew from the Istanbul Convention. This is about protecting women and protecting children against violence, and this is clearly the wrong signal right now. The European Union will never hesitate to point out further negative developments, and this is also true for unilateral actions against EU member states like Greece or Cyprus. In sum, we want to move forward towards much better relations in future, but we are at the beginning of this road, and the weeks and months ahead will show how far we can go on this road together. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. and Mr. President. We are going to take 3 questions, if you allow. 3 soru alacağız arkadaşlar. First, you can introduce yourselves. Önce kendinizi tanıtırsanız. Reuters, Tuvan Bey.
Hi, Tuvan Gümrükçü from the Reuters news agency. I had a question about the timetable of the planned steps that you mentioned just now. It seems that Ankara wants these steps to be implemented rather quickly, whereas the EU is proposing this as more of a process that might take some time. During your meeting with President Erdogan today, did you have a chance to discuss a concrete timeline for these steps? And secondly, what impression did you get from President Erdogan about remaining true to the commitments that Turkey has made in terms of de-escalation? Thank you very much.
This was, in my opinion, an important meeting, an important moment, because it was the opportunity for us to explain what's the European vision and what's a possible positive agenda based on what we think should be the priorities in the future. But there is one certainty. I intend to put again this point on the agenda of the European Council in June. It means that now the Commission will work very actively and probably also in partnership with the Turkish authorities in order to prepare the next steps.
Yes, indeed. This is the beginning of a process. We're at the beginning of a road together. And where this road leads us to is also not only very much depending, of course, of the content of negotiations we have together, but also dependent on a clear commitment from Turkey to maintain this positive momentum. So the sustainability of what we've seen over the last weeks has to be proven, and indeed, in that context, it is for us important that there is a true attitude towards respecting human rights, respecting the rule of law, and moving in that direction. We had an intensive discussion, indeed, about the withdrawal from the Istanbul Convention, because we think this is not the right signal at the moment being. It is not the right signal anyhow, because the Istanbul Convention is very clear in protecting women and children in a broad scope and in a encompassing context. So this is a topic where we will never get tired to be very clear on it. This is hampering the process, and we wish for a different approach.
Başka sorusu olan var mı acaba? Miriam.
Miriam Schmidt from German Press Agency. Hello. So you already mentioned human rights, and you said that you had a discussion about the Istanbul Convention with Mr. Erdogan. I'm wondering if you also had a chance to discuss issues like the attempt to shut down Turkey's largest opposition party, HDP, cases under terror charges against German citizens, or the fact that Turkey ignores decisions of the European Court of Human Rights, for example, to release Osman Kavala and Selahattin Demirtas. Did you have a discussion about these cases, and what did Mr. Erdogan say about that? And then connected to this, I want to know, nevertheless, the European Union wants to deepen trade ties with Turkey, and human rights organizations and also the German opposition is very concerned about this approach. And would you say that Turkey's behavior in the Mediterranean and the migration deal have priority over human rights issues for the European Union? And if you don't agree, what do you think, what leads you to the conclusion that warnings without pressure will be heard from Mr. Erdogan? Thank you very much.
Human rights issues are non-negotiable. So they have an absolute priority without any question. We were very clear on that this is our position. And indeed, we have been, for example, discussing the fact that the European Court of Human Rights was clear and is clear on Kavala and Demirtas, and that as a founding member of the European Council, it is important that Turkey respects rulings of the European Court of Human Rights. And indeed, in the Istanbul Convention, we certainly did not convince, but we urged Turkey to reverse its decision because it is the first international binding instrument to combat violence against women and children, and it's today indeed more important than ever to support it. So we need allies in the global fight against violence against women and children.
Okay, thank you. We already take more than 3 questions. Thank you. The press conference is over. Thank you, Ms. and Mr. President.
If you could please stay at your seats so that the principals can leave without having a crowd, and have the cameras go to the side so that we can move out easily and without crowds.